Hello guys, I hope you are doing great. I will not go into introduction and all stuff, rather will jump directly to the purpose of this channel. I'm recording some CTF videos of challenges which I'm doing. There are many CTF based YouTube channels that you might find, but what I will be focusing on that I will try to tell you how to apply logic. I will also try to explain functioning of tools which we would use, but you can get detailed information from many other sources. It's the why and the logic where most of the beginners struggle. So these videos will be beginner friendly initially at least, and then we will move gradually to more difficult videos. Okay, so this is my Kali Linux box. Nothing fancy is installed, just a fresh install. And today I will be um, I will be working with you on TryHackMe challenge, which is RootMe, a CTF for beginners. So let's get started. I'm starting this machine, and my attack box will be on my computer, which I have just shown you. So since I've already completed this challenge, you can see that the green ticks here, but I have removed the answers for now, and we will discover the answers along with you. So I need Open VPN, which I have already connected. So let's wait for the IP to come. Okay, so the first step here, which is reconnaissance, we need to scan the machine for the basic information. So this is these are steps mentioned here, which are very good for a beginner. We don't need to search for the things like where we need to start. So definitely, if you will get IPO in any CTF, let's start with Nmap scanning, which tells you how many ports are open. So in most of the cases, this is the first step where uh, where you will begin in most of the cases. Okay, so let's copy this IP. Let's move to the Kali machine. Okay, so the VPN is already connected. I'm creating a tab here. Let's zoom a bit. Okay, so I'm saving the IP in a variable like this. It will be very convenient. Echo IP, let's check if it is there. Yeah, okay. So the first thing, like I mentioned, is to scan the machine to check what all ports are open. So the command is Nmap. Nmap tool is very popular. You will get lots of documentation. So it works sudo command. So nmap hyphen sv hyphen sc and dollar IP. So the sv and sc switches in most of the cases are used. Sv is used to check the version of the port which is open, and we can check what all other switches are available in nmap using help command. Okay, so let's zoom a bit. Okay, okay, so probe open ports to determine service and version info. Okay, and the sc is equivalent to script default. We have option in nmap to run multiple scripts, but using sc we set it to script is equal to default. So this is the command which you can keep with you always. I mean, there is, in most of the cases you don't need to mention multiple switches. These two switches are enough to begin with. Okay, so let's initiate the scan. Okay, it will take a while, so let's go through the next steps. Like the question is how many ports are open, which we will find out. Then what version of Apache is running. So since we are using -sc command, sv command, sorry, it will tell you the Apache version as well. What service is running on port 22. We will be able to see the service name, so we will find out. So let's check if the scan is completed. Yes. Okay, so these are the open ports. Since we have used sv switch, we are seeing details of both the ports which are open. So how many ports are open? Two ports are open, 22 and 80. What is the Apache version? It is 2.4.29. Okay, and what is running on port 22? SSH. So I have already mentioned the answers, so I will not be able to put the answers again, but these three details we have already checked. So next thing is find directories on web server using GoBuster tool. So we saw that Apache is running, and it is this question is asking to scan the directories which are hosted on web server, and they have mentioned the tool as well. There are many tools available to check what all directories are available on a web server which can be accessed publicly without any authentication, but uh, for the sake of convenience we can use the GoBuster tool. Okay, let's move to the Kali VM. Okay, so the GoBuster tool syntax is very simple. You can see here already, which I previously used. So GoBuster is the command name. dir, we are telling that we need to scan the directories, and what is the URL -u, and uh, we need to type the URL. So the $IP contains the victim computer, and -w. Okay, so the W is a word list switch. We need to give some word list so that GoBuster can check if directories are there and will match to this word list. Like it cannot scan any server for directories or for files without a word list. So this is kind of a brute force, you can say. So we need to supply the word list always. In Kali machine, we get many word list inbuilt, but we can download word list from internet. There are free word list available on GitHub and many other sources. We can create our own word list. Okay, so let's supply the complete path of this, and -t is timeout. Okay, let's initiate it. So this will check 20,000 directories and will try to open the URL and give you the information whether the URL, whether the directory is available on that server or not. So this is 20% completed. Let's scroll a bit. These are errors, timeouts. Okay, so we can ignore them. So the two three things which is available, these two things are basically default, and we can see the status 403, which is authenticate authentication denied, something. So we cannot these are not 200, so we cannot open these two things without having proper authentication and authorization. Let's see if this tool finds out any other directory. Okay, so we got /css, so this is style sheet directory, /js javascript, upload, server status, and panel. So we know that these two directories are default to run any website, but these two three things are not usual. Okay, so let's browse. Let's see what is hosted in these directories. Okay, so I need to copy the IP first of the machine. Let's copy it and check in Mozilla. HTTP / IP enter. So this is a fancy home page of this CTF challenge which is hosted. Okay, let's increase the size of this page. So the first folder which we can try to access is /server status. Okay, what is hosted? Again 403. I forgot to check. We cannot access this directory. Then there is a panel. What it is? Okay, so this is a kind of uh, upload functionality on this website, so we can upload something. So what we gonna upload? Let's see if we need this page. And the last thing we should check is uploads. Okay, okay, so we can actually browse the content of uploads folder, which uh, where all the files will be stored if we will use this functionality. So let's quickly create a file. Let's test this out if this is working or not. Create empty file, test.html maybe. Okay, create. Let's open with mousepad. I'm a Windows guy, so uh, I'm not using commands a lot, but I will try to use them very frequently. Okay, so bold tag and then hello and then close bold tag and save. Okay, upload test.html, open and upload. Okay, so we can upload HTML file. Refresh. Yep. Can we browse it? Yes. Yep. Okay, so understand this thing. So this is a Apache server. Okay, we have checked in the Nmap scan. This is a Apache server, HTTPD, and the default dynamic content which is supported by Apache is PHP. So can we upload a PHP file? Let's rename it to PHP. I know the content is not PHP friendly, but at least we can upload it. Okay, so upload. No, I am guessing that because this is in red, so this is saying maybe PHP is not allowed. And yes, it is not uploaded. Okay, so we cannot upload PHP file. Okay, so what is the next thing this uh, CTF challenge asks us to do? Let's go to TryHackMe page. So it is asking for a hidden directory. We can see it is asking for 4 to 5 word. This is a directory called uploads. Okay, so we have completed this part. Let's move to getting a shell. Okay, so it is saying find a form to upload, which we already found, and get a reverse shell and find the flag. So what is reverse shell? Reverse shell is a connection which is initiated by the victim machine to the attacker machine. So we will initiate a connection from victim machine and once it is connected to attacker machine, we will be able to execute commands. Why we cannot initiate a connection from attacker machine to a victim machine? Because all ports are not open. The SSH port is there, yes, but we don't have credentials yet, so we might not be able to use that 22 port. So we need something to be initiated from attacker machine, sorry, from victim machine to the attacker machine. Okay, so uh, upload a file and get a reverse shell. So there are plenty of syntaxes available on internet. So since we can upload some web pages maybe which Apache can execute. Obviously, we cannot use exe files because Apache not uh, will not execute the Apache files. Sorry, exe files. So we need something dynamic, maybe the PHP thing is the only thing which is dynamic in nature. HTML is more on client side language. PHP is server side language. So whatever we will write in PHP, the content will be executed on server. So let's see what we can find using by searching a reverse shell. Can we? Yep, we can see there are PHP contents are available. So you can bookmark this URL, pentest monkey. There are many others out there. So this is a PHP script basically, .php. So let's grab the content, raw, copy, and let's jump to our attacker machine. So open this file, remove the content and paste the content. So what we need to change here, since the victim machine initiate a connection to the attacker machine, so we need to tell what is our IP address. Okay, so let's check that. I can check it using my VPN connection. We can do if config also. So here is my uh, IP which we need to mention. So I've copied it already and let's paste it, and port. So port is mentioned 1234. We can use the same port. Do we need to mention anything? Most likely no. Change this and change this. Only these two values we need to change. Okay, I'm saving it and closing it. So now here is the thing. So we can upload an HTML file, yes, but it is not useful because the content of the file will not get executed on server side. So we have to upload the PHP file. So what are the options? Can we get any hint? There is a hint available. Search for file upload bypass and PHP reverse shell. We have already searched for reverse shell. Let's see what we get if we search for file upload bypass. Okay, so we are using hint because I'm not expecting that you know a lot more already, so we are in process of learning. So I'm using the hints. I'm trying to help you how to navigate through challenges, how to search for it. Okay, so file upload bypass, file extension, alternate extensions. Okay, so the PHP alternate extensions are PHTML, PHP, PHP3, PHP4, PHP5, and INC. Okay, so we can try to change the extensions. Meme type, okay, normal PHP meme type. So this says the type of the file, not the extension. So we might need to use some tools to change the file type from from PHP to HTML maybe, or JPEG maybe. So if the web server is not checking the extension and checking the content type, then this alternate extension logic will not work. Okay, because it is checking the content of the file. So we will start with this, and if required we will move to this thing as well, how to change the content type. It will remain a PHP file, but we will change this flag to image, and it will bypass the upload restriction. And what uh, all other methods are there? So two more: PHP get image size and gif 89a header. Okay, so we will not get into it. Let's start with PHP extension. So for PHP, I'm not familiar with PHP HTML and INC, so we can check these URLs. So PHP 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so let's create multiple copies of this file. PHP 2, 3, and 5. Let's rename them very quickly. Test dot PHP 3, test dot PHP 4, and test dot PHP 5. Okay, okay, let's refresh it first. Cancel and reopen this URL. Now error is cleared. Let's begin with PHP 3. Upload. Oh, yep, we can upload PHP 3, but will it actually open? The Apache version is supporting this PHP version? No. So it is printing out the content of the PHP file. It is not executing the PHP content using PHP Apache engine. Next is PHP 4 upload. Again, success. A file uploaded. Yes. Can we open it? Again, the same thing. Okay, let's move to the third and last one. PHP 5 upload. Success. PHP 5. Open a new tab, and whoa. Okay, so since we have not seen the content of the PHP file, the PHP engine is executing the file, and this is telling us after executing failed to demonize, and this is quite common and not fatal. Connection refused. So no connection was made to our machine. So the what is the requirement, like what is the prerequisite to make this work? So there is a there are multiple reversal options. The most common is netcat command. We can check if netcat reference is mentioned here. Is it let's see, nc, no. Okay, netcat. Okay, no, it is not mentioned. Okay, so we can use netcat, that we already know what are what are available switches. We can check using h. Okay, um, so the first switch is L, listening mode for inbound connect. So we need to use -L, and plenty of other switches. So I have remembered all the switches. You can check what each switch does. So we can directly type all the required switches, that is LVNP and 1 2 3 4. So we have mentioned 1 2 3 4 as a port. The last P says to mention a port, but we have not mentioned the IP address. So this port will be enabled on our attacker machine for all the IP addresses, and whenever a connection will come to this port on this machine, it will allow the connection. Okay, so enter this. So this is saying that listening on any means all the IP addresses and on 123 port 1234 port. Now there is no connection coming. Why? Because we need to initiate it by opening this PHP file. So this, once we will refresh, what will happen? The PHP engine will execute whatever written in this PHP file. So it will initiate a connection as per our predefined script. So let's refresh it again. Okay, so we got something here. Okay, connection to this machine from, so this is our uh, victim machine from this port. uh, okay, and we got a bin slash sh, so we got a reverse shell. What is the user for this process? So this shell is initiated with www hyphen data. This is not root. So what what is the next ask in the lab, in the try hack me challenge? It is saying to find the flag. Okay, to get a reversal and find a flag. So first thing first, how many users are there? And there are two users. So is there anything we can get in root me folder? No. And anything in test folder? No. Usually in CTF challenges, the user.txt is placed in non-root user, and root.txt file or flag is usually placed in home directory of root user. So nothing is there, so we need to search for it. So this is a Linux command which we can use slash we are searching in root directory in all folders. We need to mention to and slash dev slash null to suppress all the errors. It will not fill out our screen. It is very convenient. And now using grep we can check if there are some user.txt file available on the victim machine. So it will take a while. Okay, yep. So slash var slash www slash user.txt. Let's see if we can get the content. I'm checking the permissions of this file slash var slash www slash user dot txt. Auto completion using tab is not available. Okay, yes, so we have the read access. Okay, so we can check the content and we got the flag, and we can put it in this challenge. Since I have already mentioned, I'm not checking it again. Next step is privilege escalation. So since we have already checked we are not root on that machine, so we need to uh, escalate our privileges to root. Okay, so what are the steps? So the step is to search for a file with SUID permission and check which file is weird. Okay, what is the hint? Okay, so it is the command is directly mentioned here. We can copy this out and paste it here, paste, and uh, before entering okay, let's enter it. So there are lots of things are coming, and most of the things are permission denied and error messages, so we should suppress them out. Okay, we need to paste it again. And how we can suppress it? The same thing to then slash dv slash null. Okay, nice and clean output. So for the people who are familiar with Kali Linux, they will be able to see like which all files are very usual and which is weird. Okay, there is another method to find this thing. Uh, the default command which is available in hint is this, but we can use a different command. Let's try that out. It is find uh, user slash uh, bin and type file user root prm and slash u is equal to s. Okay, so it is giving us less results, which is good. Okay, so the members who are already familiar with Linux will be able to differentiate like what is not a default directory or thing with uh, where we are having SSID permission. So it is the Python directory. Okay, so what we can use, how we can use this Python directory to escalate our privilege. Okay, so I'm assuming we don't know the answer. Let's see what options are available. So SSUID permission and Python. Sorry. Okay, Stack Overflow and uh, privilege escalation. Okay, so let's open 2 3 articles. What it is telling us about. So it is explaining what is SUID file, but how we can use Python. Most likely it is not mentioned here. Okay, okay, I'm giving you a hint. So whenever we need to check how we can use SSID, SUID permission to escalate our privilege to root, there is a website available which is called GTFO bins. So there are commands mentioned in these article also, like for Python we can run this to escalate our privilege, but this GTFO bin is a collection of all the commands, like we need to mention what file or directory we found uh, for SUID. So Python, yes, okay, Python. So there are multiple methods available, like what we need to execute, so we can try different things. There is no there is nothing like we have to run this, we don't have to run anything. It depends on the environment, on the and the scenario. So um, so two things are highlighted here. One is sudo and the privilege access thing mentioned under capability. There are other options available. We can upload a new file with this content. We can download content. We can write a file, and many more those things. So usually I prefer to check the sudo and the this part where privilege access thing is mentioned. So let's copy this out. Okay, let's copy the content, and similar you can find the similar content on other website also. It is initiating um, shell session using Python. So what is the reason behind it? Why we need to run like this? What will happen after this execution? So on on the Linux box, what is happening? This Python will get executed using the root privilege, and we have permission to run this Python using root without supplying the root username and password. Okay, so once a process will be executed. This process will be executed. It will have root privilege, and all the sub process or all the child process will get executed using root privilege only. So what this command is doing, basically it is importing a module, setting UID, which is most likely it will turn out to be a root, and it is initiating a shell. Okay, so this will create a child process, and the using Python, and the credential or the access which will be used, it will be a root. Okay, let's enter. Okay, so we are missing one thing. This command is saying that the Python is available in the current directory, which is not true. Where we are on the root. Okay, so we need to change a little bit. Let's copy from slash user slash bin, and then the Python and remaining command. So I've just added slash user slash bin, and the remaining command is same. Okay, so let's wait for few seconds. Mm, so is shell available? Oh, okay. So uh, prompt is not there, so we got the root. Now, what is the next question available in the lab, in the CTF challenge? Let's go to TryHackMe. The file which is weird, it was Python. Find a form to escalate the privilege. What is the hint? Oh, search for GTFO bin, the same site I was referring to, and get the root.txt. Where root is uh, root.txt file is available, we need to find this out. Maybe use the find command again, in search in the root directory, and let's uh, suppress the errors and grab root.txt. So it is there in the root directory only. Can we read it? Let's check the permission slash root. Yes, we have the read access. So this is all. You can enter the root flag here, and this lab is complete. So I hope you have learned a few things. I will try to explain these things in detail in next videos also. I will try to keep the content very beginner friendly, and will always try to tell you that why we are doing this, and I will not jump into conclusions, and I will try not to skip things so that you can learn properly. Okay, thank you, have a great day, enjoy, bye bye.